our new listing that we got in Verado. It's a really great property. It's got a lot of potential. It's dated, you know, it was built in 2004, and it's still back to 2004 looks. So the house, there's one property that sold exactly like it for $639,000. This one's going to be listed at $579,000. So there's a lot of room for improvement, and you know, to make it your own. So check it out.
And it's in Verado, which is a beautiful neighborhood in Buckeye. It's like its own city within a city.
It looks like it's people think it's a different city, but it's actually a subdivision.
I mean, you have
it's a master plan community.
Mountain views.
Gorgeous.
I love mountain views. It makes for sipping on a nice hot cup of coffee, or maybe a very nice glass of wine. Even better, as you just sip and you look at these beautiful mountains. And then when you get tired of that, you walk inside to this beautiful home.
If you like hiking like me, you can just walk. You don't have to drive anywhere to hike. I love that.
It has parks nearby too.
It's a lot of parks. 78 parks.
78 parks, golf course.
Two community pools. One actually is like a water park.
And it's got walking trails.
About 27 miles of walking trails.
You want to walk, you can walk all you want. I mean, that's not including the hiking in the area.
The steps of Verado, which are really awesome, right?
You want to burn some calories after all the holiday eating you did? But, I mean, you do that all the time. Are you judging me? I'm not judging, I'm just saying. Right. You did have a lot of tamales.
A lot of tamales. You know what? I ate so many tamales that I was like, I don't want to anymore.
Not for next Christmas.
Definitely.
But when you open your eyes, Christmas is going to be here.
And I think that's why my wife, not only because it's a lot of work to make them, but we ate so many that I think my wife's also like that.
Hey, we just got out of a meeting, and now we're going, it's like a nonstop, one thing after another.
It was meeting after meeting. Well, actually, I had 2 meetings within the meeting that we had. And it's great things that are happening. What were we talking about, Angel?
The Master Business Network. Master Millionaire. It's just that I got it mixed up with the other one.
So what is it?
The Millionaire Business Network. Millionaire Business Network. Which is that sometimes I go to masterminds, which is good to go to, but this in particular is the Millionaire Business Network.
And what is it?
Well, it's a network of which many folks that are entrepreneurs, the majority, not necessarily all of them. It's a coaching platform or a coaching group.
So networking meets coaching, right?
Correct.
And what we're gonna, if you're a business owner and you're starting, especially, or if you're in business and you're just scratching your head, because a lot of business owners, we tend to do that every now and then. And the reason is we were never taught how to run a business. We just, we did something really great that it became a business, and little by little you're adding pieces to it. I think about it as a farmhouse, and that's how my father's house back in Mexico was. They even had pigs at one point at their house. It's not crazy. So a farmhouse is built little by little, But first you have a lot, and then you add a little shack, and then you add a room, and then another room, and then a bathroom. It just keeps adding up. So a lot of us built the businesses like that without a blueprint, thinking ahead. We just built as we could.
As you go along.
Yep.
Now, not everyone has to be an entrepreneur to join the Millionaire Business Network. I mean, you could be a W-2, someone that's contemplating becoming an entrepreneur, and this would be a good place for them to
start. Actually, it would be a better way for anybody that's thinking, about becoming a business owner, to learn the ropes. Like we started the business. I started my business kind of like my dad, building that house little by little.
Yeah.
Because I had no business background. My father worked in the fields. At one point, he was running the show, and but I was a little kid. I was 8 years old. However, because of the way I started doing business, I was doing so much that I needed help. And then so I had one of my friends became my assistant. He was a showing agent. He was doing deals with me, and then after that, we added more people. Right now, there's 12 of us. We have transaction coordinators, listing coordinators. We have ops managers, we have showing agents.
So you learned from those that were ahead of you, that you saw had systems in place and processes in place that have helped them be more successful.
it made it easier. So if I knew that there was a blueprint for my business, that's where I would have started. So that's why we're doing this. So it's like a community service, just like the seminars we do. Is like we learn what we do. We learn how to do what we do from others, and it's a lot easier. Like, man, I almost, hit my head against the wall, being like, shoot, why didn't I know this when I got my real estate license?
Yeah.
It would have saved me so much time, effort, and I'd probably be in a different place. However, I do appreciate the fact that I had to struggle to get here, to the point that, when I see struggle, it's just part of life.
Yeah, I was thinking about the cars, bro. Like, before cars, it was carriages, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, someone came upon, hey, here's a motorized vehicle. They still call it how many horses you got under the hood.
Exactly.
Right?
You know what's funny though, Angel, in regards to that? Everybody that has done something wild, like Henry Ford, was called crazy at some point. So if you're one of those crazies that, they say, well, whatever, you're never going to get to your goal, you're going to never reach your dreams. Think about him, because they actually took him to court. Some engineers told him that the guy was ignorant. Like, how could this guy that didn't go to school be creating all these vehicles and these businesses? And he actually told them, they were putting him on the spot when he was in court. And they said, dude, you're not an engineer. He's like, you know what, sir? I'm not an engineer, but all I have to do is I have a button in my office that I push it, and then another engineer comes by and shows me what to do or how to do it. So that's the beauty of having resources around you. And this is basically what we're going to show them. How do you run a business successfully without you being a slave to your business?
Correct. Speaking of vehicles, what do you think about the EVs, bro?
I don't know, man. I still have my doubts. First of all, my thing is I've seen a lot of them catch on fire.
Well, I was seeing on the news the folks up north with the cold front.
That's right.
They many of these EVs have caught frozen up and they can't move them.
Yep. And now the other thing that I think about is, first of all, a crash, right? What's going to happen with that? I don't know what they have inside. And then the other thing
Some
is,
of them are exploding in garages and stuff.
exactly. That's another thing. But then think about this other thing, Angel. Like in California, they wanted to go electric. I don't know how soon, like in 2030 or something like that.
But the grid can't sustain it. The grid.
They couldn't sustain what they have without the electric vehicles, and with all these cars. Have you seen the traffic out there?
Yeah, I have.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, hey, but it came up in my mind because we're talking about cars and reinventing the wheel and so on. Sometimes we can pursue making things better, and we don't necessarily make things better. They're challenging, talking about the EVs. They're going to encounter, because it's still a new thing. Mm-hmm. And then now they're going to have to address all these other areas that pertain to the EVs.
There's a Tesla right there. And see, here's the thing. You create an item, and then if there's that demand, right? That guy's a genius. Look at his cars all over the place.
Yep.
You see very few electric vehicles, and from what I've heard, every single company that manufactures electric vehicles other than Tesla is losing money. Is that right?
Well, yeah, Mercedes-Benz is losing buku bucks. I was talking to someone, a manager, 6 months worth of EV inventory with their dealership. And then the gas Mercedes-Benz vehicles are being sold within a 30-month period.
But
I mean, a 30-day period,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
But this is where the, I love the government for them to govern and keep us safe and keep us, in order. However, when you have someone that is a bureaucrat that has never created a business, which has access to all these kinds of money, and then they go out and spend this money to create a new industry like the electrical, what do you call those fans? The windmills?
Yeah.
So those guys, they're just, in theory, it sounds pretty cool, right? But a car for a regular folk at $70,000 to save gas, by the time that car matches up with what they saved in gas in the next 5 years, it ends up being more costly. So it's not even cost effective. But again, because these bureaucrats think that they can create industries that are clean, but how, again, if you want to talk about clean, then you go into how do they mine for these, what do they use? Lithium?
Yeah.
So
That's the issue.
It's super crazy to.
It's not environment friendly, I can tell you that much.
Exactly. No, it's
But,
very. Crazy
you know, going back to what we were talking earlier, this is all trial and error. It's a process. I'm sure when
we get into politics so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, when we go back to the carriages, I mean, somebody first invented the wheel.
Yep.
And then they started saying, why can't we use the wheel now and put carriages so we can haul our stuff instead of carrying it on our shoulders? And it's a process. I'm sure they went through trial and errors, just like right now we're talking about the EVs and all the effects and this and that, indirect or direct. It's a process.
Yep.
So by becoming part of the Millionaire Business Network, you're going to learn from those that are way ahead.
They have the blueprint for the wheel.
And then you have some that are joining the network that are like, hey, I am just now starting my business. Or some that are, I'm currently a W-2 employee, but I want to branch off, break away, and create my own business. So there's going to be people from at multiple levels. And that's important about becoming part of a network where you can build from each other. So
definitely, there's going to be people in different stages of their life which are going to be able to contribute to those that are starting and that maybe have all the pieces but they don't know how to put them together, right?
Yep. Hey, look at the mountain views. I don't know what it is with me in the mountains. Where I live, I have to, they're further away from me. But maybe one of these days.
Did you bring the microphones? I'm sorry to interrupt. Ready? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.